Am I doing the face right? Like, yeah, I think that's good. Anyway, so it's a new film review. Yeah, so Smile 2. I guess it's out now, and it is what it is. So I remember I watched the first Smile movie when it came out. I watched it around like 2022 when it came out, and I watched it on Paramount Plus. I thought it was interesting. There are a lot of things wrong with it, with the elements that I feel like that could work for a horror movie. With the Smile thing, like, I think that's how they did it. Like, I was a big fan of just kind of the way that the story was told. I had little feelings of truth or dare to it, especially with the whole demon possessing you and taking over your body and being able to just say, hey, we're gonna kill you after 7 days. I was like, okay, that's ringing the and truth or dare. But damn, was I wrong, because it made a lot of money and it was well received. So it's sequel time, and Smile 2, it was truly a sequel. That's what I'll start with. Smile 2 was truly a sequel. Now, I'm not going to say that the first Smile film was terrible. In fact, it had great horror elements to it and was a unique horror idea. Smile 2 even has the same elements from the first film. It's just with Smile 2, there's quite a bit of things that don't work with this film. There are two things with Smile 2 that I feel are its downsides. Firstly, the runtime was just a tad bit too long. It clocks in at 2 hours and 12 minutes, and at times it feels like it drags on. I would say once the film's climax starts near the end, the film just rushes to the ending. But I feel that maybe about 30 minutes could have been cut out or left on the editing floor. A rundown for about maybe an hour 50 minutes, hour 40 minutes would have been good for it. But actually, speaking of the ending, I'd say that's the other downside. Now, I think that the ending, if you've seen the trailers, you can kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. I'm not going to spoil exactly what happens, and if you've seen it, you already know. But I will say, if you don't watch the trailers, but you still go in and see this film, you can use your context clues and kind of guess what's going to happen with the film as a whole. And I think the ending was still good. It just was way too predictable. But besides the negative, there are some positives I enjoyed about this film. Firstly, I'll say that Naomi Scott turned in a great performance as Skye. She brings an intensity to the role and has the audience and viewer engaged with her as she navigates having a demon possession to deal with for the entire runtime of this film. And she also brings layers to her character. She's not one-dimensional, and it adds depth to her character. It's not like a kind of like stereotypical cliche horror girl. Adding in the fact that she's a pop singer and having to deal with the life and ills and cons of that lifestyle, I really think adds to her character as, kind of giving her an aura about her that makes her not like other horror protagonists. And speaking of horror, the horror was affecting this film. Granted, there were a few jump scares that didn't work, but besides those, a lot of those horror elements is effective and actually unique. The build up for a lot of the scares work well in establishing the tension and the unease of what's going on with the story. Smile 2 was released on October 18th, 2024 on a budget of $28 million. At the time of this review, it has grossed $86 million at the box office. Overall, Smile 2 is a fine sequel. If you like the first film, you may like this film. I recommend giving it a watch once it comes to Paramount Plus. And hell, if you're a fan of the first Smile movie, you may not like it. I don't know. I've heard people who like the first film that didn't like it, but I still think this is kind of worth the watch, especially for the Halloween season, or if you just want to be spooky. And I'm gonna give Smile 2 a final grade of a B. So let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of Smile 2? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And were you a fan of the first film? Until next time, I've been Mac from Mac Reviews, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you check out one of my other reviews on my channel, and stay tuned for the next one.